Good afternoon, and thanks for being here, first of all. So, as Clifford rightly said, I come from GFI. I'm the Director of Engineering at GFI Software. And I'm going to talk to you about what the ICT industry has to offer to you. Well, at least from the perspective of GFI. Just a couple of words. I don't have a long history like Dr. Kushkiri, but I want to share with you something small. So I actually started off in architecture back in 1998. After 2 months, I found out I didn't like it, so I dropped out. The following... It's okay. The following year, I joined engineering, and I loved engineering. But after 2 years, due to personal reasons, I had to drop out, and I needed to find myself a full-time job. So I joined GFI as a software developer. I spent about 6 years developing software and leading teams developing software, and studied computing part-time and graduated in computing. So 2 quick lessons. First of all, just never give up, whatever happens, okay? Second, even if you're in engineering and you're essentially an engineer guy, and some of the stuff I'm going to talk about doesn't sound so familiar to you, you can still carve out a successful career in software development if you want to, okay? Actually, my boss, the vice president of engineering, is a chemical engineer. And my previous boss was a mechanical engineer. So, just to prove my point. Right. So, just a very brief overview of GFI. It's a company which was founded in 1992. We have around about 200 employees worldwide. I think it's more right now. We have offices in Malta, London, Raleigh, Adelaide in Australia, Hong Kong, and a number of other places. I don't know them by heart. We have award-winning products installed on over 200,000 networks around the globe. We have an aggressive pricing and over 10,000 distribution partners throughout the world. And we're a Microsoft Gold certified partner. So when I was thinking about what to tell you about what the ICT industry has to offer you and what GFI, as part of the ICT industry, has to offer you, well, I struggled a bit at first, right? I didn't know where to start off with. So I said, okay, I'll start off with what we do, right? What do we do? What does GFI do? Out of that cascades everything. So what do we do? We provide shrink-wrapped messaging, content security, and network security software products. And we focus on small and medium-sized organizations. Now, I'll focus very shortly on the shrink-wrapped part here, right? We don't do custom projects. We don't do tailor-made software. Think about Windows or Office, right? Microsoft sells Windows. You go to a reseller, you go to a shop, you buy the Windows CD, and you install it. That's what we do. We do shrink-wrapped software. Instead of Windows, you buy GFI Mail Essentials or GFI Mail Security or one of our other products, which are also available for download online. As a software development company, we cover all the following aspects in product development. So we start off from concept, the idea, okay? We cover design, implementation, testing, of course. We also handle marketing of our products. We have salespeople, and we also have support people who take calls from angry customers. Okay, so out of all that, really cascade a number of ICT-related roles which we have at GFI. And here we have a selection of them, basically. Well, most of them are here, right? I'll start off from product management. So we have product managers. And I'll clarify one thing here. Product managers don't manage people. They manage products. And they're mostly involved in the concept phase of our product development. So product manager is basically tasked with coming up with ideas from which we can make revenue, right? And with those ideas, product engineering team takes those ideas, productizes them, and then we sell them. The product manager is also in charge of product roadmap, liaising with other parts of the company like sales, like support. Well, he or she is basically in charge of making sure that the product satisfies the company in terms of generating revenue and satisfies the customers in doing what it should do. Oh, an important aspect of the product manager's role is that that person needs to be able to influence a cross-functional team without that team actually reporting to him or her. That's actually a tricky part of that role. Okay, that's enough about product management. Product engineering. There's a variety of roles in product engineering. I'll start off with technical researchers. Technical researchers are, in a sense, the jack of all trades, but I'm not saying that in a demeaning fashion at all. But they're involved in a number of stages of the product development. They can be involved at concept, like, product manager comes up with a brilliant idea, but we need someone technical or more technical to validate that idea, make sure that it's technically feasible, that can be done, right? Technical researchers could be involved in the design of a product, or even in the implementation of a product. I don't know, let's say we have products which are meant to combat malware out there. And for example, let's say there's a new type of malware out there, and the technical researcher is tasked with designing a method for blocking that malware. Or, for example, in terms of implementation, let's say we need to develop signatures to combat some types of malware. Well, technical researcher could be involved in developing those signatures. And technical researcher could also be involved in testing of products. Mostly, for example, in terms of testing products for security vulnerabilities, penetration testing. Okay, then we have project leaders. Project leaders are basically the people who lead the teams doing things, right? The product managers basically want things. The project leaders drive teams towards getting those things done. And the project leader is pretty much involved in every phase of development, ranging from concept, developing plans for a project, design, implementation, and testing. Then we have software developers, right? And they're mostly involved in design and implementation of the software. And one thing I want to point out here is that at GFI we have a pretty flat hierarchy. We don't work so much with the concept of architects and code monkeys. Developers, all developers, if they show a propensity towards designing software, well, they get the opportunity to do that. Then we have software testers, mostly involved in testing and in the post-release phase. What's the post-release phase? Well, developing software does not stop when you